2015 I married myself. Yeah, and I took it seriously. Seriously committing to myself and deepest healing that I ever did. To committed to be compassionate and forgiving to myself as much as I did to people around me. Committed to put myself first and not to be selfish, but to show that love to myself that I imagine I would share with others. So it's this cycle finishing up, 7-year cycle this year. I did it on my birthday and is upcoming in a few days or so. It's not about celebrating my birthday is only once in a lifetime. I'm celebrating yet another level of personal growth, of evolution, soul evolution, of intensive yet liberating and creative commitment to be who I am meant to be, to discover and rediscover the one who I never seen with my heart's eyes before, to see myself through the eyes of love, which I didn't learn for the first 4 decades and more, actually 5 decades, no, 40 something years, so 4 decades, and it doesn't matter to the certain extent. So my higher self, I imagine to be greatest version of who I am meant to be in this lifetime on earth. Her name is Loveritas, and if you follow me, if you listen some of my short sparks, like you would know, I record only when Loveritas speaks to me. The Milena is all wounded warrior and wounded healer at the same time. So this becomes giving and receiving process of mine, not only being introvert and healing myself and teaching myself and disciplining myself in that process, but also with everyone around who I touch, who I spoke to, who benefited some way through my stories or just whatever that it is, doesn't matter. And I found this new moon in Aries, which coming up, is really goes that deep for me. I have a Chiron in my 11th house, and it's ongoing process of healing and evolving for many years now, and it's ongoing process. I know there is so still things to be worked on, and but that's not the point. The point is here I'm looking at this peaceful, quiet river, and I'm thinking, I feel like I need to start floating a little bit and be the fire on the water. I'm fiery. I want everything here now. And for me, this new moon is actually primary intention for myself and others to learn how to be unconditionally loving towards ourselves, and that will attract and reflect on people on our path who we connect with. And for me, on certain level, unconditional love is being committed to compassion to yourself, to forgiveness to yourself, to learning, to not being afraid and being fearless in that process when we challenge it, and it's only way to learn. We know that. So unconditionally loving the path, unconditionally being grateful for where we are, no matter circumstances, unconditionally be forgiving when we don't see or hear what we needed to see and hear, and repeat the lesson. So what? It's not about how many lessons we learned actually. For me it's more about, am I mastering, or at least am I closer to mastery of unconditional love toward ourselves. And yeah, on that note, I leave it to new moon for all of us to find that unconditional love, at least notch, at least one spiral up, and more, little bit at least more than before. So happy new moon in Aries.